Just know I would never do you ladies any harm. I will never do it. All right? Just so you know.
I put on the back of my bike and we went riding down my...
And I'll get on the back of your bike. I'll ride bitch for you. Think you love her, guy? Tell me. This is for Fishy. Fishy, do you think he loves her? Let me see. Let's see. For Fishy. Did you guys hear that? I agree, Prince. The first time is the greatest. Just picture 14-year-old Shibby. 14-year-old Shibby and his best friend's older sister's bedroom floor, getting carpet burn on his knees. Just the first time was the greatest. I agree, Prince. I agree. Did you hear that scream, that screech? Oh my God. Tell us, do you think, does the background singer, the guitarist, I forget her name, do you think she, oh my gosh, no more rabbit holes. Yes, Fishy, you came in at the right time. Hello? Fishy's here. What's going to happen is that was dedicated to Nicole. Should I do another Prince one? When Doves Cry? We can't just know. I would.
All you ladies pop your pussy like this. Shake your body, don't stop, don't miss. All you ladies pop your pussy like this. Shake your body, don't stop, don't miss. Just do it, 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 do it now. Lick it good, suck this pussy just like you should. Right now, lick it good, suck this pussy just like you should. My neck, my back, lick my pussy and my crack, my neck. All you ladies pop your pussy like.
Just know. So let's do this. So yesterday I read all this 113 pages. I'm going to just kind of scan over it. So no strike. Yes. Is it because I have all the garbage on the screen? I'm kind of made it my own. Not garbage. You know what I'm saying? Like I got this outline. I have my face in the top right. I have this banner saying how much of an idiot I am. And if you listen, it's your own fault. If you listen to my, right here, look at it. It says it at the end. If you listen, I did get a strike. Uh-oh. Oh, it's done. How do I fix it? So let's, oh my God. Let's do this. One last song. Little Red Corvette. It's going to set the mood for the show for all of you. Oh, Becky B, is that about my story? Maybe I shouldn't have said how I take back the 14-year-old Shibby story. That's probably TMI, right? That must be what you're talking. That's it. Do it once. Hit it and quit it. Right? That's what you do. Once, one and done. That's it. Fishy's favorite song. One and done, Fishy. I have gas and Energizer batteries, so I'm good to go all night long. All night. Do you, Fishy? Do you guys have enough gas? For Nicole? Yes, Nicole. This is for Nicole especially. She wanted Prince. This is for Nicole. Actually, it's for everyone. Mostly Nicole, but all of you lovely, lovely listeners. Especially Fishy. She'd like you guys to know that she came at the right time. Oh my gosh. Okay. We've set the intro for the show. Wow. Oh my God. Let's do this. One last song. And away we go. I'm here for you. I'll be there for you. These 5 words I swear to you. When you breathe, I'm gonna be the air for you. I'll be there for you. Hey, what's up, Peach? Carol, my love. How did Prince die? He overdosed on Percocets and stuff in an elevator of his Prince Palace, Paisley Park Palace or something. Unfortunately, I believe he was taking lots of like Percocets and painkillers or something, and he was in the elevator of his Paisley Park production, whatever it was. This is like studio. Yeah, I believe so. Carol, my love, you found me, my newfound love. Like each day is like Groundhog Day love. It starts fresh with Carol, right? Right. I was just going to do a quick live. Nicole requested it. An ACV I saw was up, and he said he was bored. He said he misses he needs more vampire friends, vampiric vampires. So I was like, what? I'll do that. I like blood. No, I'm just kidding. I'm so kidding. I'm just gonna get a jump. Oh, I'll share my screen. Just gonna get a jump on this Cecil guy because I was gonna read the whole thing. I'm gonna get right into it. No farting around tonight. Serial Shibby. Watch this. Super serial. Captain Crunch Shibby. Right here. Boom. Watch this. At this stage, super serial. So by special request for ACV and Nicole and Peach and Carol and Nature and Lola. Hey, what's up, guys? Oh, so I'm just going to do a couple quick hours of this super serial Christopher Cecil, because I noticed he's got 98 pages, if you see it down there. I guess you can see it here. I'll put it back to that. 98 pages there at the bottom. So if I get a jump, because last night, one of them was 75 pages and it took me like 8 hours forever. So yes, I was correct. Well, it was for you, Peach, because you, that was for you, because you said this. I sang this, where was that? Yeah, you said, I'm here for you. So I said, I'll be there for you. These 5 words, I swear to you. If you breathe, I'm going to be the air for you. I'll be there for you. That was a good tune. Alrighty. So here, look at this. I told you. Lola is correct. Everybody, this is our new mantra. When you enter, everybody loves Shibby. That's the key. That's the password. That's the password to get in. Everybody loves Shibby. Look, see, I told you, no screwing around. I'd get straight to it, right? Look at this. 8 minutes in. I'm just kidding. I think I'm just going to start reading. Ooh. Do you guys like when I do that? Because I really like it when I do that little bit of background stuff. I won't do it loud. And, oh, what I'll also do is get the exhibits up just in case we need to. It's this one. Yeah, that's the exhibits. Just in case we have to find something that we're talking about. So I'll have them ready. All right. So that'll be ready. I got the testimony of, oh, maybe I should have the whole website up too, just in case. 1 second, please. Please hold. And here it is here. Boom. So this is the whole, just in case, this can go here. So the exhibits are here. This awesome dude is here. The whole thing is here, which I'm not, I already got it up. This dude is not, oh, I minimized my StreamYard, so I have no idea what's going on. Okay, perfect. Oh, Peach has invaded the stage. I like it. There, I'm in the corner. Perfect. All right, what I was going to do is this. Boom. Where are those ambient piano? Oh, no. It's too, no, we can't do jazz. We got to do this for the background. Sorry, guys. Got to do this. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, I had jazz up already. Oh, 1 second. I got 2 players up. Sorry. Oops. That was why. So exit that one. I had the jazz up, but I think this is better for the background. This melancholic. And is this too loud? Do you even hear it? You know what? I did it again, guys. I have myself going in my other ear, and I'm like, right when I start talking to myself, like to you guys, I'm actually listening in my right ear to my laptop of yesterday's show or the previous show for whatever reason. Because I love my voice, I think. So what I'm going to do is put this live on so I can listen to see what you guys hear. But I'll mute it. I won't listen to myself, but I'll mute it. Make sense? So I'll put this live stream on, but I mute it. And anytime I want to check in on you guys, I just unmute it. And I can hear in my right ear quickly what you guys are hearing. Even though it's like 6 or 7 seconds behind. But it really helps me out because I like to know what you guys are hearing. And I can't hear it unless I listen that way. But if I listen on the desktop I'm on, I have to start muting. So trust me, I'm doing this. We're live. Sweet Dude Shibby's live. I'm going to see him on my laptop. He's live. Let's see what he sounds like. Let's hear. Oh. I hear him. He's talking to me. I'm going to put the volume up. I hear the music. Now, I'm laughing at myself. Oh, this is going to get weird. I put it up to 19. I have to wait a few seconds. That's a bit too loud. It's a bit too loud, right? I'll turn it down a bit. But that's too quiet. Well, that's nothing. Oops. Let's try 15. Oof, 15, I got it. Let's try 15. Let me check chat. Unindicted's here. What's up? What's up? Everybody love that's the password. That's, you know, like when you knock on the door and it's like one of those illegal bars. If you say to them, everybody loves Shibby, boom, they'll let you in. You'll get free drinks all night. Yep. So I can't even hear that. So I'm going to turn it up a bit. Oh, not that. There. That seems good. If that bothers you guys, let me know. I'm going to start reading. Got some emojis. That means start reading. I'm going to now mute my ear because I've confirmed how amazing it sounds in my laptop. So I mute. Okay, perfect, perfect. And here we go. Oh, got to minimize. So it's on. Well, I guess could put it to this. After playback, yep, play the next file in the folder. And the last one, it'll repeat and come around. So it's like a playlist. So we shut this down. Oh, minimize. Oh my goodness, what am I doing here? Minimize. Go away. Yes. And I need to minimize. Some are quieter. I'm going to minimize this. Excuse me. Here we go. Minimize. Boom. check this out. All right, guys, it's time to get, yes, speaky. Yes, exactly. Yes. And the code word is, like the code to get in is everybody loves Shibby. Boom. You watch. Doors will open for you. If you just mention the name Shibby, if people look at you weird, it's code for like, you know, they're pretending they don't understand and they don't know who the hell Shibby is, but they do. It's like secret. It's like my name opens doors. Just say Shibby. And let's do this. So I'm going to get a jump start on this. I ran out of coffee cream, but I figured it's a good reminder of how good having just tea is, even if you got milk. So I'm having a cup of tea. I leave the bag in. I love my bag in. That's for my tea. Just regular Earl Grey, whatever it is, red rose. Oh my God, it's way too hot. Oh my jeez. But it's perfect. Perfect. My bag is in. It's steeping. My bag is steeping. Yes. Fentanyl. Oh my goodness. What? Where are you going with that? Fentanyl. Who said fentanyl? You put fentanyl on your salsa and guacamole and fentanyl? Oh my God, what did I miss? What? Chex Mix? Fentanyl? What are you guys eating? Oh my goodness. No wonder you're so happy. Prince? Oh. I don't know if it was, I don't know. It was definitely like it was back in the days. It was probably more like the Percocets and stuff, because I don't know if fentanyl was a big thing back when he died. It may have, I don't know. He was definitely on something. So you want to check quickly? See, I told you, no distractions. 17 minutes in, the show's about to start. How did Prince die? Ooh, it was fentanyl. Oh my gosh, I thought it was. See, Paisley Park home. He was in the elevator. I know that. I remember hearing he was in his elevator. Fentanyl. Okay, so what year was that? It was only 2016, so I guess fentanyl was just kicking in. That's too bad. Or opioids, chronic pain. Dancing in little high heels. Powerful opioid. Oh, so it was fentanyl. Oh my goodness. Could have sworn it was in his elevator. Either way. I mean, you know, I don't know. Cause it's like, you know, everyone, like I had a broken leg 10 years ago, and it's like the doc gives you a bunch of, they left me out. I got surgery on my leg. My tibia and fibia were spiral fractures on my left leg, and my calf, like in my shin area, you know, really badly. And they do surgery and they send you home with like 100 oxycodone, whatever they were, and a bunch of refills. And it's like, after you get better, you're like, thank God they stop you and kind of slap you out of it. Because if I was like Prince, you know, if I had access to, you know, money and doctors, I probably would have, I don't know. So I feel like, I mean, these guys, they have money and they can kind of do whatever they want. So thankfully, I haven't overdosed or died in a car accident because I'm not rich. My car's not fast enough to kill me. I'm just kidding. Boy. Okay, let's do this. Yeah, we're just gonna get a jump on. We're gonna get a jump on Christopher Cecil. So if anybody during today wants to catch up on this, because I'm gonna finish it tonight, and since there's so many pages, 98 pages, I figure, boom. I still like this Christmas background. Do you guys mind it? I think it looks good. I'm going to keep it until the new year. So here we go. Christopher Cecil. About to start. 1 second, please. Everything's perfect. Everything good with you guys? Yeah, he did. I thought he died in his elevator. I definitely heard that. So, by the way, he died too soon. And you know how that goes. Those rich guys, you know, get anything they want. And I guess I'll never know that feeling. All right. Direct examination. First Sergeant Christopher Cecil. He's been sworn in. Oh, here we go. Questions. So he's also, this is where I read up to the other day. Call your next witness, sworn in. October 23rd. He's the third guy in the afternoon. McClellan's going to ask the questions. Mr. Cecil, before we get started, I'm going to ask you to use your best outside voice when you're testifying. The microphone amplifies for the crowd, but it does not amplify for myself, the jury, or defense. And we all need to be able to hear you fair enough. Yes, sir. Okay. Will you state your name for the record, please? Christopher Cecil. And will you spell your first and last name for me, please? Gabo CH-Poo-Poo-T-T-2. I'm not reading all that. And how are you employed? With the ISP. I'm getting good at that, remembering to say ISP. And what is your rank with the ISP? First Sergeant. First Sergeant Cecil. How long have you been in law enforcement? 20 years. And what is your role within the ISP currently? I'm the commander of the Indiana Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force. And did you have to go through a special education or training to be a law enforcement officer? Yes. And did you go through special training or schooling to be involved in the Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force and the commander of the ISP IPAC unit? Yes. First Sergeant Cecil, I'm going to show you what's been marked as State's Exhibit 224. Can you identify that, please? That's my CV. Look at that. Good thing I had this up. 224. It's going to be that whole thing. Oh, my goodness. It's about the phone stuff, which is, oh, my gosh. I'll have it up, but there's no way we can deep dive that now. But maybe if we can kind of look at it now and get an understanding of it because this guy's going to be here a while. 224. Come to me, 224. Exhibit 224. Come on down. You're the next exhibit on Shibby reads court documents. Let's do this. Oh, ooh, close. Ooh, oh, ooh, ooh, ooh. 224. Oh my goodness, 20 pages. So yeah, look at this. Oh my goodness, how tiny that is too. Oh my goodness. He's a professional. Look at this guy. Got experience. Oh yeah. You guys are also amazing. Yeah. Yeah, pages. Yep. Yeah. I'd love to see Holman's. It's probably twice as big as this. He's got so much credentials and experience. Yeah. They're all a bunch of dopes. Mullins too. Steve Mullins. He's probably padded his resume like crazy. And he's the dumbest guy I've ever listened to. Steve Mullins. These guys are hilarious. Oh my God. Okay, so this is just, oh my God. This is resume? What the fuck? Come on, guy. Get over yourself. Holy fuck. This is this guy's resume. What a fucking dipshit. Some little podunk town. This guy's throwing this resume around. Oh God. That would be a good deep dive for somebody. Follow up on this guy and see, make sure he's done all this stuff. This is only since 2016. Oh no, he's just got them random. Like they're not going back to, oh my God, they're just random. Oh my God, it's not even in order. Somebody should just investigate these, see if the guy's really, so screw that. That's not his report. It's probably going to be, yeah, here's his report, but I won't open it yet. See that? No more distractions. See? I'm not taking the bait. Yes, Holman's is in crayon. Exactly. Spelt wrong. The letters are, some of the letters are backwards, you know, it's like a K, but it's this way. And oh my God, these guys, they're hilarious. Like, I mean, they don't even have to have the resume. They're like, you're related to him? You like to say the word yes? Yes. Okay, you're hired. Will you do as you're told? Yes. Okay, you're hired. You can be the mayor. You can be the sheriff. So, and this is my CV. Oh boy. And does that document have a list of the various training, educational programs, and experience that you've had through your 20 years of law enforcement? Yes. Judge, the state would move to admit what's been marked as State's Exhibit 224, I believe. Yes, 224. And I think if there's investigative reporters out there, follow up on this guy. You know, all these guys. I'm feeling they're some of the dumbest guys I've ever seen. And they're padding their resumes. And that one guy's who did the interpolation, forget his name. He was citing a digital software and books and whatever from 1989. Like it was 16-bit. You know how Atari was 8-bit? He was talking about 16-bit. And it's like 3 or 4 years away from Nintendo 64, which is 64-bit. Oh my goodness. Or the Commodore 64, maybe. The guy who did the interpolation, he was citing video, like how to make videos look better. Oh my God, it's hilarious. Working with a VCR, probably. OJ jumps in. No objection. All right. Without objection, 224 is admitted. And, Your Honor, I'd ask permission to be able to publish that to the jury. You may. Was there enough copies for everybody on the jury? Yeah, they're going to print that out, and the guy's got 20 pages each. So he's probably just handed these jurors a tree's worth of paper. You know, picture that. How many pages was that? Like 20-something pages, right? So he prints out, and it's how many jurors, right? 12 jurors? So this guy just handed out 240 pages. 20 pages to each of them, right? Oh, was it? Yeah, 12 times. Yeah, 240. Boom. Was there enough copies for everybody on the jury? Yeah. Okay. Now they're just flipping through that. They're so impressed, eh? They're just flipping through that like, oh my God, this guy's so smart. Okay. First Sergeant Chris Cecil, I want to direct your attention first to page 7 of your CV. After graduating high school, what did you do? I enlisted in the Marine Corps. And how long were you in the Marines? 4 years. And where did you go to college? University of Evansville. And did you graduate? Yes. And what kind of graduate level certificate did you have upon graduation? So I earned a graduate certificate in computer forensics. That's the year I started padding my resume. And did you then proceed on to graduate school? Yes. And what are you currently in graduate school? Are you currently in graduate school? You are. Yes. Yes. And what is your major? Cybercrime investigations. Oh my God. It's back in school. And when are you anticipating on graduating? December this year. I will now want to direct your attention to pages 7 through 11 of your CV. What additional training have you gone through involving computer forensics? I've been through multiple different vendors in computer and cell phone forensics, namely the National White Collar Center, Celebrite, Magnet. And when you go through this different training seminars, are you trained and educated in how to use those various programs? Yes. Now, I don't know if you guys know. I'll check with you guys in a bit. Whatever the CV is, I don't know. I don't even know. See how dumb I am? What is ever a CV? I don't even know what it is. Who knows? Who cares? This guy, I think people liked this guy, right? Like he was a decent guy. I'm not sure. What was your take, guys? I can't picture him exactly. How would I look him up? First Sergeant Christopher Cecil, Delphi murders, Richard Allen trial. I should have done this before with that other guy. What was it? Oh, Dr. Roland Core. Don't I get to see what he looks like? Images. Which one are you? Is that it? Come on. I shouldn't have said. No, I shouldn't have said. No, I shouldn't have said Richard Allen's name. So let's check. Take two. dumb Shibby doesn't even know what a CV is. Let's do this. First Sergeant Christopher Cecil, Delphi murders. Oh, there he goes. Yeah, these guys, look at them standing around awarding themselves in their fucking costumes that we pay for. Fucking guys. I think people liked him. Is he the guy that people liked? Is this him? First, yeah. Yeah. That's him. This is a better picture. This is him for sure, I guess. He's one of these guys. Who's this guy then? Oh, I don't even know. This guy's name is Chris. I should double check. It just says Christopher. I'm assuming it's him. Let me see. What do we got? Oh, yes, this is him. The Commendation Award. Oh, and is for, oh my goodness, in Delphi case, he got awards. Oh my goodness. So was he a good dude, or what, do I know? Does anybody remember this guy? I thought I remember people talking good about him. I'm not sure. I may have him mixed up. Oh my goodness. Curriculum vitae? What the fuck? Well, obviously it won't help me do my type of work. It could never help me. So throughout the investigation, this guy won an award, eh? It wasn't very long. So Indiana State Police presents Commendation Award to First Sergeant Christopher Cecil for forensic contributions in Delphi case. Look at this. Not one fucking... Oh my God. Oh my God. At the 2025 Indiana ISP Annual Awards Ceremony. Boy, oh boy. Oh my. You got an award. So let's check it out. We're going to remember this guy. I'm going to keep this up so we can refer to this award. This is it. Let's just double check. We don't need this anymore. We got you. Let's do this. So if any of you guys have any updates on what we're going to be reading with this guy, because I think I remember him. Is he the one that goes out and asks, wants to Google stuff or no? Oh my goodness. I think it is. He got an award? Is he the guy that when they say he went to Google stuff? And those pages 7 through 11 list the various vendors or various training you have on those various programs. Is that fair or various to say? Yes, that's various. And do you use those training and do you use this training and education to help you investigate criminal offenses through your employment with law enforcement? Yes. And have you examined or reviewed various digital evidence in other cases variously before? Yes. Ferociously. Ferociously. Various. Yes. And just a rough estimate, how many other cases have you been involved in where you were tasked with examining or reviewing various digital evidence? Hundreds. And I want to direct your attention to page 13 of your CV. Have you gone as far as to provide training and education to other law enforcement officers? In what topics have you provided training and education to other law enforcement officers? Basic cybercrime investigations, basic information on mobile device forensics, and vehicle information. Infotainment system forensics, child exploitations, infotainment systems. Oh my goodness. You mean the guy that came to you 2 days after, who you could have looked up in his car? I guess the 2016 Ford Focus had an infotainment system. Unfortunately, Doolin forgot to tell you guys he talked to the white man from White Man Drive, surname White Man, the only white man on the bridge that day. They say, boom, boom, boom. The white man goes marching to the bridge, hurrah. I don't want to joke with this. Sorry, I don't mean to joke. It's these bozos, not the girls. So sorry. Child exploitation. So Now, first, Sergeant. Hey, what's up, Fishy? Boy, look at you. Hey, derriere. I don't know what that means, but I'll take it. I love you guys, your derrieres. Yeah, Fishy, getting derriere on the mind. Thank you for bringing your derriere in here. Unindicted derriere. Nicole's derriere. Peach's derriere. Lola's derriere. Love it. Let's do this. Shake that derriere. So where was I now? Oh my God. Now, first to Sergeant Cecil, I may ask you on occasion to give me a definition of a term you use, or give me a definition, or in basic terms, dumb it down a bit for us laymen. Tell me what you're talking about. I'm not a forensic examiner. I know very little about cell phones besides how to make calls to my bitches and how to order up a new bat. Oh, wrong story. Send text messages via chirps and take pictures if I've run out of Polaroids to take with my favorite juror in the hotel room. So I'm going to need you to dumb it down for me a little bit so that I can ask you questions. Fair enough? Yes, sir. So let's talk about the vehicle infotainment system. Oh my God, I'm not going to let this distract me. I'm not. Oh, I have to say it. You mean the vehicle infotainment system that was presented to us 2 days after? The one we didn't look at for like 5 or 6 or 7 years, whatever it was. Just give me a brief. A brief. What do you mean when you say that? Oh, a grief or brief? I'm guessing it's brief. Could be grief. Let's go on. Just give me a brief, I'm thinking. What do you mean when you say that? That has to do with you're a car that has a sort of like a computer, inside of it. So we are talking about where you connect your cell phone to your car, and you'll be able to play music through it. You'd be able to take phone calls, so that concerns a forensic examination of that type of computerized device. Wouldn't it be the OBD port you get in there too, or what? I don't know. I haven't owned any newer cars, so. To me, it would sound like you would get at the stuff through other means, no? And along with that information on training and education, you give to other law enforcement officers. Well, let me back up. How often do you give that training to other law enforcement officers? Usually 2 or 3 times a year. Oh no, was there? Was the murder in one in Florida? Yeah, I guess. Any updates you have, feel free to jump in and tell everybody, okay? So if you want to update on your derrieres, your day, your holidays, your hopes, your dreams, your wishes, your plans, anything you want, guys. Update us on any news stories, because I haven't been watching any really news. All right? Feel free to update everyone about anything, because I'm going to just read for a couple hours, and it's we don't want to miss out on any breaking news. And is that on a consistent yearly basis? It has been, yeah. And have you testified in court before? Yes, I have. Many times, if you know, have you testified in court? Over 20 times. And in at least some of those instances, have you been declared an expert in the field of digital forensics? Yes, I'm an expert. You see my CV. I want to draw your attention to 2019. How were you employed in 2019? I was a computer forensic examiner with the ISP. And as a digital forensic examiner, what were your duties in that role? I conducted digital forensics of cell phones, computers, and at times, vehicle infotainment systems. And what unit were you with in 2019? The cybercrime unit. At some point in 2019, did you become involved in the investigation of the murders of Abby and Libby? Yes. How did you become involved? The ISP had acquired a new piece of equipment called the Gray Key. which allowed law enforcement to be able to unlock Apple devices like iPads and iPhones. It also allowed law enforcement to gain access to information that was encrypted that law enforcement had never had access to from an Apple device. So any Apple device, did Apple approve this, or was it, oh my God, it's a gray key? That's pretty cool. I thought that was what the beauty of Apple iPhones were, was that they couldn't get in them if you didn't want them. Oh boy. This information was critical for law enforcement. We never had seen something like this before, and this piece of equipment allowed us to be able to take an investigation further. And then, as such, I volunteered to re-examine Libby's iPhone 6S. Wait, what? You needed this gray key now? Because you guys are already in there. The fuck? So what are you going to do? Oh my God, I'm gonna back you up just a little bit and maybe make sure I understand. This is a new piece of equipment that ISP acquired, and did it allow you to get more information from an electronic device? Yes. And so it allowed you to get more information than other programs and equipment and systems that you had prior to getting this? Yes. Okay. And you volunteered to re-examine Libby's iPhone 6? Yes. This really baffles me because I don't know. Like, I understand they can do more with stuff, but they must have had a complete exact, like they're pretending like they can get more out of this phone, whereas if they had the info, I think it's going to be the exact same, but now they can do more with it. But that's just my opinion. I don't know. And did you do that? Yes, I did. What did you do to examine that phone? So I performed a full file system extraction utilizing the gray key of her phone. But I mean, I've jailbroken millions of phones. Well, not millions, a bunch. I have a jailbroken iPhone 5 still on iOS like 6. And like the file system's there. Everything is there. The whole system files, like the RAM, not where the iOS is, but the whole system files, it's all there. Maybe they can learn to do more with it in years to come, but they had access to it all. So this is kind of weird. Maybe interpreting it, but to get at it, I don't think they're getting more from the phone. I just think they're able to do more with what they already got from it. That's just my opinion. Can you tell me what that means? So a full file system extraction is a specialized digital technique that allows an examiner to extract the full contents of an Apple device. Contained within that contents are going to be active files, deleted files, system data, metadata, and devices like the gray key is one of the things that could be used to obtain this type of extraction. Sure, you can also get free stuff on the internet to do this. And is it fair to say gray key allowed you to capture more of that information than prior equipment program that you had? Yes. We need some experts here. More, or were you able to interpret it, what you had, better? And also, if they didn't update Libby's phone, if they kept it on iOS 10 something, and when those new iOSs come out, if you don't update the software, it's, they find loopholes, they find exploits, they call them, like holes in the security system. So if you don't update to the latest iOS, you can easily get in and jailbreak them and do all these wicked, it's all free stuff, free. When you extract data using the gray key, what product do you get out? So you get a raw, comprehensive, detailed data extraction. So yeah, it's probably the exact same data extraction you got the first time. Now you can probably do more with it, as if fucking guy. And what do you do with that raw data? With that raw data, I can ingest it into computer forensic software like Celebrite or Magnet, and then when I ingest it, I'm processing it. And part of the processing is also concerns parsing, which you are it automatically is looking for information and putting it into human readable form. It's also file carding, so it's looking for deleted or lost data. And then it's also kind of doing some analysis for the forensic examiner who is conducting the processing. And then from there, the investigator can conduct manual deeper dives into it once the process is completed, or start generating reports for the investigator to review. So let me make sure I understand this. Gray key is a piece of equipment you use to get the information out of the phone. Is that correct? Yes, sir. But that information is not in a readable format. Is that correct? It's in a readable format, but one that's not processed so everyone in the room would be able to understand what the contents are. No, of course not, idiot. But these fucking hackers, they can read it all. Simple. It's pretty. I can look at it and it's pretty obvious what, these fucking guys. Yeah, of course. Not everybody in the room can read it. They wouldn't even understand what you're saying. So do you take that information that Gray key extracts and you plug that into other programs to make it readable? Yes. And then when you plug it into those other programs that make it readable, does that mean it makes it easier? Well, what does that mean when you say to make it readable? What it's doing is it's going through databases and it's putting it into human readable form so you understand what those databases contain, like dates and times and text messages, photos, videos, internet history. It's putting all that together so you can actually be able to quickly review through it. Does it also separate that information into different logs? Yes. And so you would have various log titles, and underneath you would have the information that came from those logs. Is that a fair representation? Yes. Once you get into that readable format, what do you do next? So I could do one of two things. I could just generate reports, or I can mainly go through and look at it and compare both software together, side by side, and validating my findings and just looking at the data, see what's there. Which one did you do in this case? Did you just print the report, produce the report, and pass it on? Or did you perform the analysis yourself? I performed an analysis. And when did you start that analysis? June 26, 2019. Right. What? So what are we waiting for again? 2 years? Are they acting like they couldn't do anything before this? And when were you completed with that analysis? August 21st of 2019. So this is not a situation where you look at a report, look at what you see, and then produce your findings immediately. This takes you some time. Yes. Excuse me. Once you extracted the data from Libby's iPhone, tell me specifically what you did in this case. What did you do with that data? Once it was extracted using Gray key, what did you do next? Again, I ingested it into Magnet and Celebrite and allowed it to process. And then once it's processed, I went through and looked at the data, utilizing both of them. I used both tools because there's no end all be all. There's no one tool that's better than all. I have to do both of them to be able to do this examination and analysis thoroughly. And when you looked at that data in 2019, what a date range or what time period did you look at? I specifically looked at February 13th, 2017. Why did you pick that date to look at? Based on the information that I was provided by the investigators, I knew that Libby and Abby were out on the Monon High Trail that day, and then I knew that Libby had recorded a video depicting Abby and a person who was believed to be her abductor walking across the Monon High Trail bridge. Wouldn't they be going back earlier? Because the phone, they could have gone back at least a week, because they said it was reset a week before. But still, they would have had backups from, if they're getting these backups from either their iTunes on their computer, if they were doing backups to the cloud or whatever. They would have had older backups too. So these people are phonies, man. Just because you reset a phone doesn't mean you don't have the old backups. Or if she restored from a backup in the past, it wouldn't matter if you reset the phone the previous week, because you're restoring it from the backup. So the backup could have been from a month or 2 ago, 3 months ago. Could have had all 3 years of the previous information in that backup. So if you restore the phone, like reset it, and then restore it from a backup, pretty much like it was, it's like you didn't do that reset. And it sounds like a reset is just the settings, you know, like returning it to factory, but then like a restore puts it all that stuff back. Okay. I was trying to determine, I was trying to establish like a sequence of events, a chronological timeline, and compare what's going on the phone, what Libby or whomever was using the phone in comparison to also what was going on behind the scenes with the phone. So I'm trying to be very, very thorough. I'm trying to compare data, trying to establish a timeline that may help the investigators. And through that process, did you generate a report? I did. I'm going to show you what's been marked as State's Exhibit 225. Can you tell the jury what that is? This is the first written report I completed in 2019. Obviously, we have to look at it. 225 is a written report. 14 pages. Oh my goodness. Oh, this is that one with all the... So if you guys want to look at this, I'll put this in there now. Just for you. This is probably what we're talking about the rest of this. So if you get bored and you want to just look through things, this has a whole bunch of like watch what's in here. This is where all that info is. It's gonna be a picture of the phone, the iOS, right? I think. Oh, redacted. Oh, yeah. Oh, this is a different one because I used to have a color picture. So this might be so a gray space phone. For my research, identified services. Just gonna look through it. Gonna brief through it. Device storage. With the rise in capacity of device storage, SD cards and cloud backup for storing data on a SIM card has decreased. Yeah, of course. Come on. Oh my God. Is this all redacted? What's this? iOS version? Where is the iOS version? I don't ever see it. It's OS version. Oh, this is the gray key that was used, not her phone. Okay, this is the gray key version. So it's okay. So yeah, gray key. Okay. I was an assisting investigator. Ooh. What? Unlocked by Celebrate. Unlocked by Celebrate? What does that mean? Unlocked. Security. The PIN. So here's a passcode here. As if this wasn't the iPad's passcode too, right? Swipe pattern, no. Jailbroken? No. See, they even have a thing for jailbroken because it's jailbroken. Yep. Auto lock. No. What? So they had to lock. It didn't lock by itself. Okay. PIN biometrics swipe pattern. But there was only the PIN. I thought they had it with the fingerprinters too. It's not saying that. It's just saying PIN. Obviously, iPhones didn't have the whole where you do like a pattern. Unlocked by Celebrate. Why? What do you mean unlocked? Why don't you just use the passcode to unlock it? What's going on? Security. What does that mean? So PIN biometrics, it should have PIN and biometrics here. And it wasn't just a PIN, was it? This is her iPhone. Should have PIN and biometrics. Or is that how they got in? They didn't need the biometrics because they had the PIN. They had this. Like, do we think her iPad wasn't the same as this? Come on. All right, I'll get back to it. Let me see. That was just a... Okay, so this isn't as good as the other one. I'm not going to keep this up. There's definitely another one. It's like got color photos and everything. This will be at 30 pages. Yeah, this will be... Or it starts with a color photo of the phone. I believe... Oh my God. Oh, this is the health app of samples. Oh, so this is just telling us... Is this the actual data? Oh, I recovered, yeah. Man. Wowza. Wowza, wowza. Boy. I haven't seen this one. So I'm going to keep this open. I haven't seen this one. Oh my gosh. So, and here's that. Oh my goodness. Oh, this is the one he found on the internet, not the phone. These fucking guys. I'm not going to get into this. I'm not. Damn you. Let's do it. Sorry, guys. No more distractions ever again. 12 people here. I'll try not to wake the sleeping ones. Thank you for being here. Let's do this. And it has your name on it. Is that correct? Yes. And it has the date that you finished the analysis. Is that correct? Correct. Can you give me that date again, please? August 21st, 2019. Judge, the state would move to admit what's been marked as State's Exhibit 225. No objection. All right. Without objection, 225 is admitted. And, Your Honor, the state would ask permission to publish that report, or that exhibit, to the jury. You may. Thank you, Judge. Now, direct exam, still in McClellan, I'm guessing. Yeah, because they would say if it switches. So. Ooh, 1 second. My tea should be really perfect now. I ran out of coffee cream, so I forgot how good tea was. I leave my bag in. Here we go. Earl Grey, red rose. Bag in. I should drink tea more. What the fuck am I doing? It's like I get so distracted by coffee. I forget a good cup of tea. Throw the bag in. Leave the bag in. Super strong Earl Grey, red rose, whatever it is. Boom. Perfect. A little bit of sugar and just some milk. Don't even need cream. I remember that. Please, somebody remind me how good tea is in the future when I go on about coffee. First Sergeant Cecil, before you testified in court today, you had an opportunity to review this report. Is that correct? Yes, sir. And you went through that. Well, did you have your own copy? You needed to kind of look through it today? Could have studied, brushed up. And you went through that report and in anticipation for questions that you might be asked today. Is that right? So he just had it today. Before you testified. Oh, sorry. First, you had an opportunity to review this before you... Wait, wasn't it? Before you testified. So he'd probably been looking at it for a couple of weeks, I hope. And you went through that report and in anticipation for questions that you might be asked today. Is that right? Yes, sir. And on the report that you reviewed, did you make notes, highlights, and comments that would assist you in testifying today? Yes. And have you provided that to the state of Indiana in this binder? Yes. And would looking at that report and your notes and highlights Would that assist you in testifying today and answering various questions from the state? Yes. Judge, the state would ask permission to allow the witness to review his report in this binder to assist him in testifying. Oh, this is their report. I bet Nick, he's probably got cheat sheets in there to read. Oh, I guarantee you. I'd love to see it. Is it his writing? Do we get to look at it? Is it got a, sounds weird. Judge, so this is McLeod. Judge, the state would ask permission to allow the witness to review his report in this binder here. See, with your notes written here, sir. These are your notes. But I guess he would have gave it to him outside of here. But just it feels weird. Okay, that's fine. First, Sergeant Cecil, I want to go through your report, and I'm going to attempt to stand up here to do this, and we'll see how it goes. Do you recognize this is the first page of your report? Yes. And so this is what is produced after you take the raw data, and plug it into the various programs, Celebrate, Magnet. You see, he's talking about the raw data, but I thought he was using that other one, Gray Key, to get more data from this phone. But I guarantee you they didn't. Like the first time, they're getting all of it. Now, maybe they learned how to do more with it or to get more out of it, but they still have that, in my opinion. This was my written report. Yes. Okay. And the report and summary, what does that give you? What is produces? What is in this report? Summary of my findings. And so I want to draw your attention to the first page of the report. And I want to go through that too. Sorry, I'm going to scroll down. I want to draw your attention to, looks like page 5 of your report. Can you turn to that page, please? Yes, sir. Can you explain to the jury what information is on this page, starting with the top? What does that information tell you? That's the first thing is the cybercrime unit. This actually is interesting because I like this kind of stuff. This is actually good. And then we have the state police case number and then the date that I began the examination. And it gives you a short introduction. Is that correct? Yes. And then it identifies the piece of electronics that you are examining. Is that right? Yes. In this case, a gray smartphone inside a slim burgundy rubber Harry Potter phone case. I'm not going to try to pronounce the other name of it. Is that correct? Yes. I want to move on to the next page. The next page shows a picture, not of the phone you examined, but a stock photo. Is that correct? Yes, sir. And then we get into what you actually did and the information about the phone and what you did to get the information off the phone. Is that correct? Correct. And so when we talk about this forensic acquisition of data, tell me about that portion of the report. So here I'm describing what type of extraction I obtained from Libby's iPhone. And then I also talk about the SIM card. And the SIM card is the next section. Is that correct? Correct. And does that give you a summary of what you did to download information off or extract information off the SIM card? It talks about the contents of the SIM card and what it is. Then as we move to the next section on page 8, it talks about the user account information. Yes. Can you explain that to the jury, what that is? So this would have been the user account information that I would have found on Libby's iPhone. And what did that user account information tell you as you reviewed it? It told me that at least 2 people were using this phone. And which 2 people were using the phone? Libby and Abby. And how did you come to that conclusion? Much of the user account information is attributed to those 2 young girls. Much of it? Wait a second. Much was attributed. So there was some attributed to someone else? Read that, eh? Much of the user account information is attributed to those 2 young girls. Therefore, some was attributed to someone else. Must be. And can you see that user account information in this section of your report? Yes. And when you say user account information, do you mean, for example, libby@icloud.com? Yes. Is that what you consider user account information? Yes. And so you're basing your belief on this user account information that you see in this section of your report. Is that correct? Correct. I want to move on to page 9 when it talks about biometric data and specifically Touch ID. Can you tell the jury about what information is in that portion of your report? A Touch ID has to do with this phone because it had Touch ID. It was a feature that was common with the Apple iPhone 6s. And I determined that there were 3 biometric fingerprints that were saved to it, right, left, and Abby. Saved to it. Right, left, and Abby. Libby's right and left, and Abby. I don't know. But 3 what? 3 different fingerprints? Or 3 different people? Are they playing trick words here? So is that how you explain 3 biometric fingerprints? Right, left, and Abby? Is it Abby's right and left? Who's right and left? Right, left, and Abby. Like is that 3 different people? Because if Abby was there, why don't we know if it's her right or left? Because there's 3 biometric fingerprints that were saved to it. There was a right fingerprint, a left fingerprint, and Abby's fingerprint. Was Abby's a left or a right? And if Abby's was a left or a right, is it Libby's right and left and Abby's which one? And you're able to acquire that information from your extractions. Is that correct? Yes. Why do we just gloss over that? The defense doesn't jump up and clarify that? What's going on here? No defense? Are they sleeping or something? OJ, the fuck? How could they blow right over that? Don't you guys find that something? Like, wouldn't you, anybody else concerned or interested in knowing what the fuck this means? I mean, words have meaning, don't they? Because he determined that there were 3 biometric fingerprints, right? Like, were they 3 biometric, like, different people? Or was it 2 from Libby, which they don't say, and 1 from Abby, which one was Abby's, her left or her right? It'd be obviously like the thumb. Why aren't we getting more specific here? Motherfuckers. That's my damn barely squeaking through high school Virgo specifics. My Rain Man superpower wants to know. I want to move on to the section that says health, Apple Health or Apple Health application, page 9. Can you tell the jury what information is within the Apple Health applications? Each time I seen Apple, I was like, I'm seeing the H, and I'm saying Apple Health. That's weird. So Apple Health is a app. It's a factory app that is on iPhone, starting with iOS 8 and newer. So any phone that would have supported iOS 8 has Apple Health. And what it does is it aggregates information from applications or other Apple devices that you may have connected it to. That could be your watch, an iPad, or a tablet, or a Fitbit. And it's health data that it aggregates together into a repository, which is within the Apple Health data. So other things that it's also tracking too is walking distances you've walked and elevation changes. And is this always on? It's always on. Does the user of an iPhone have to do anything to turn this on initially? Is it always working in the background? Yes. So it's always tracking well. Refresh my memory. What is it tracking? Tracks a user's steps, calculates distance, and it changes in elevation. And I want to draw your attention to this portion of the report in regards to this iPhone that you were examining. What were you able to determine from the health app data in this phone? I was able to determine some steps and some distances that were walked or ran, and changes in elevation. So it not only gives you the activity, meaning what the person was doing, it also gives you a value of what they're doing. Is that correct? Correct. No. Come on. What do you mean? Like if you're going to do crime, you don't take any phone with you, first of all. What? You can have an iPhone, but just don't do anything criminal with it. Or have another iPhone, like a couple of these smarter guys. You just wouldn't, then when they come, you hand them this iPhone. I don't know. I always thought I thought Apple was pretty secure. Like I thought Apple would be like not wanting to hand over information to them so easily. I'm not even sure. Right, it does. Right, yeah. So if they use these programs to get in there, yeah, they can find out a lot, right? Yeah, we are kind of, it is ridiculous. We're walking around with these, we're letting them have so much info on us, even if it's not to investigate us, just to, who knows, sell us shit. No, it's cool. Thank you. I mean, yeah, I agree. I think, yeah, any smartphone probably, who knows? Androids are probably the same, but maybe easier to access all this. I don't even know. But it is ridiculous how we allow so much of our privacy to be invaded just to get some free apps and shit. So it only gives you, I read all that. And how was that value measured? So steps, your iPhone has what we call an accelerometer, a tri-axle accelerometer. And it has a gyroscope. It's built in. It's always on. So when you are walking, it's detecting your steps as you walk. And then your iPhone, it's a computer. So it's trying to calculate how far you walk based on the number of steps it detected. And it's trying to decide if this movement is walking. Basing it on your speed, it can know when you're in a car and stuff. And it gives you a start and end time. Is that correct? Correct. So when I'm walking, if I have an iPhone and I'm walking, is there equipment within the phone that tracks that? Yes. I wonder if there's been lots of studies on how accurate it really is. Like if you had it would be funny to do that. When the spring comes around, I have my old iPhone 6 here. I should wipe it because I'll wipe it fresh and I'll do things, but I'll keep track of like exactly what I'm doing upstairs, down, and then I'll see if it's kind of accurate. Like if I go for a walk or, if I even just walk around the block and cut my lawn, I'll try to have an official step counter and compare it to see how accurate it really is. I'm sure it's pretty good, but I'm just curious. So when I'm walking, if I have a phone and I'm walking, is there equipment within the phone that tracks that? Yes. And is that the equipment you're talking about? The accelerometer and barometer and all those fancy words you used? Yes. And that tracks the steps and the meters that I travel? Correct. It also tracks the time and date when I traveled? Correct. And again, specifically, you were looking at February 13th of 2017 in this extraction. Is that correct? Yes. Well, why aren't you looking at the 12th and the 10th and the 11th and 9th? Why just this day? I mean, this is great, but do you ignore everything else? Previous? Tell the jury what you did what did you find in the health app data for February 13th of 2017? So the first line, actually, there is an error, a mistake that I need to correct. So if you look at the end date time, February 13th, 2017, 2:18:48. How are these guys doing this? Fuck these guys and they're changing times. Fuck them, fuck them, fuck them. How do they get away with this again? So if you look at what it says this, but it actually should be this. How do they get away with this so easy? The FBI, they've done this at least two other times, I know for sure. With Betsy Blair's timestamps, or all the timestamps on the Who's Your Harvestor, how they say that the FBI is just like, we declare it 54 minutes off. What? Explain to me how. Search over this, all of North America, do a survey and ask how many people that own IP cameras that get their time from the internet, how like the other one, if they're off by 54 minutes, anything other than exactly on the hour because it thinks it's in a different time zone. Like if it thinks it's in the EST and it's CST, vice versa, it's never off like minutes. It's off by the hour, because it thinks it's in the wrong time zone. But if it's getting an IP camera, it's getting it from the router. So maybe the router settings, or it's confused or whatever. But this is just ridiculous that they did it with the Harvestor camera, and Liggett did it with Ron Logan's PCA. Or not Ron Logan's info, where he shows up at the dump to dump garbage, and he turns out it says, oh, this timestamp was wrong. Like, what? It was off by like 18 minutes, or this. Just trust me, actually. And then this here, it's like, So if you look at the end date time, February 13th, 2:18:48, it should actually be 2:08:48. Well, is it? Why? What? Why? How is it off exactly 10 minutes? What? What is going on here? And the defense isn't jumping in on over that? What is fucking going on here? This guy's just the third time that they're getting away with something like that. The supercomputer gets the time wrong by 10 minutes. Are you sure? So if you look at the end date time, February 13th, 2017, 2:18:48, it should actually be 2:08:48. I don't know if they sucked, but I think Auger was on this guy. I think they delegated. Is that what it's called? No, delegated. Delayed, whatever they do, they handed it off to Auger. But I mean, she's not dumb. I mean, I don't know. But that's the second thing. Like, why are these things just getting blown off? They're sitting there, aren't they, listening, right? And there was that other one. What was that other one that caught my attention? About he said there was 3 biometrics. Does that? And he says there was a left, a right, and then there was Abby. Like, who's left and right? Was it? And this here. So saith. So what's the implication? So if you look at the end, so let's say it really was 2:18:48. So the first line actually is an error, mistake. So if you look at the end date time, so it ends at 2:08. The end date time. So they want to. So how could it end at 2:08 if she's sitting there walking with that phone at 2:13? And so look at the end of. Or do they have this backwards? Like, if you look at it should actually be 10 minutes earlier. So why should the health data end at 2:08? Because she's sitting there walking with it for at least till 2:15. I don't know. So this is area right here. Yes. And why is that messed up? Oh, it's a typo. What? Fuck off, a typo. In the iPhone? You think an iPhone is making typos in the file system? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Did they buy this? And you'll see, where was this typo? In the files itself? Or when you printed it? Oh my God. And you'll see a continuation of where the start starts back up again for the walking in the next line. It starts at 1408. So this should be 1408.48, correct. Indirect lineation with the next line underneath it, correct? Correct. Okay. Well, that sounds fucking... 1 second, I need to drink my tea. Yeah. I don't think any defense would have had a chance with Judge Go. So I disagree with you, Peach, because I don't care what anyone says. These guys are accomplished and they lawyers. So if you think they made mistakes, fine, but they sucked. I thought they went to town and they got duped in a way. It was like, here's 80% of our here, look at all this. We're giving you all this discovery. And they're kind of laughing, knowing that Gull's going to just allow everything. And I don't know if they took the bait, but who wouldn't? Like, did anybody, you guys remember, were you guys around in October of 2023 when that Odin and all that Frank's report was dropping? Do you think even anyone on the prosecution side thought that this shit wasn't going to be at trial because it was handed to them by the discovery? No wonder they look, no wonder everyone thinks they did a bad job. Yeah, Gull railroaded them. Gull wouldn't allow different guys. McCain was there that day. Elvis Fields was investigated by eight cops that went down in one van to investigate his whole family. Elvis Fields, forget about Odin. Elvis Fields looks exactly like Teresa Liebert's sketch of the mailbox golem with the bags under his eyes, right? Elvis Fields said to Murphy some very incriminating things. Elvis Fields' sister passed a lie detector test with a bunch of information about him. I mean, Jerry Holman hears things from third party and in the course of an investigation becomes gospel. Yet Murphy was a cop investigating. Why isn't what he heard gospel? Why isn't what Purdy heard gospel about Holder? Oh my God. So Judge Gull, I mean, it's my opinion. I don't see many defense trying as hard as these guys did at the time. So I guess I'll respect anyone's opinion that thinks its defense sucked, but these guys were going hardcore. And I don't see, obviously it looks bad because Gull didn't allow anything, but I think this would have been with any defense attorney would have had this trouble. In my opinion. So, but cool. Okay. So tell the jury what you found from the information that you viewed on the health app. I calculated, or it's the forensic softwares calculated the number of steps that was walked with the phone and the distance. And it gives you the time, correct? And the time that you start walking, the time that the person stopped walking. When you say start walking and stop walking, this is a silly question, but at those times, does that mean the phone is moving? Yes. Time is 13:31:40. That's a military time, correct? Yes. Can you convert that to standard time, please? To 1:31:40 p.m. So at 1:31:40 p.m., the phone moves 1,682 steps. Oh, all in one fell swoop. Just moves. Oh my goodness. That's quick steps. Yes. When does that movement stop? 2:18. So how does it know at 1:31 it's moved that many steps? Don't you have to get there to know that? The phone moves. So at 1:31, the phone moves. So starting at 1:31 and at 2, oh my God, these guys. The 1,682 hasn't happened yet. So at 1:31, no, the phone doesn't move 1,600. It's about to. So it's starting at 1:31, you can say. And then this whole bullshit where they're changing the time. The 1682 would be at this interval here, whichever one they choose. The one that it said or the one that they say it said. Either way, at 131, the phone doesn't move 1,682 steps. It's probably moved one step. And then at 131.41, it's probably moved 2 more steps. And at 131.43 or 44, it's moved 3 or 4 steps. And so on and so forth until you get to this time. But you don't just get the 1,682. It's not like, ooh, I think this person is going to walk this far and I'll get a guess. No, it's fucking guys. Will you convert that to standard time, please? It's 2:08:4 p.m. No. Would you modify the actual time to this time? So is this what he's trying to do? Distract them with this whole bullshit they need to convert? Like here. So let's convert it to this time and forget that we've changed this time. So, no. Like, why do they just get to change times? Who's allowing this? I mean, the defense can just change time here. Let's get Richard's data and say, oh, well, it shows he was there at 12:30. Imagine that. Imagine a suspect or a person defending themselves said, well, Judge, the defense attorney said this. Well, Judge, here, our expert says the Apple data, it says, 2:08, but it's supposed to be, 3:07 or 2:22. And the judge is like, no problem. Let it, yeah. Did you sign for it? Oh, the FBI confirmed it? Well, no problem. What? So do you mind just converting that to standard time from here on out? Yes, sir. I don't know, military. Oh, my goodness. Are you fucking kidding? Is he kidding? Nick, the prosecutor, says he doesn't know how to calculate the military time, like the 24-hour time. I don't know military time. This is the fucking prosecutor saying this. So I want to make sure I have the times right. Oh my God. You can't subtract 12 off of everything after 12? Oh my God. So when did that movement stop? It stopped at 2:08:48 that we chose. It stopped at 2:18:48, but I think it meant 2:08:48. Did that movement pick back up again? Yes. When? At 2:08:48. Well, and how far did that phone move? 414.38 meters. And when did that stop? At 2:18:48. Wait a second. So it did. So they're saying it stopped there, but why would it then coincidentally? So the time is wrong to 10 minutes before, right? But then coincidentally, the time they stopped is the time it was wrong at? Holy fuck. What? So wait a second. So 2:18 was wrong. It meant 2:18:48. So they walk exactly, and then 10 minutes exactly, they stop again. Is that a joke? Is this a joke? Like, could it be maybe 2:18:27 or 45 or 53? It's got to be exact on the 48 seconds. So it's exactly 10 minutes wrong. And then exactly 10 minutes later, it stops on that exact time where we said was wrong previously. Now it's right, is where, oh my goodness. Are they trying to say that the 2:08 just wasn't logged? So here, trust us, this is wild. I mean, this is a supercomputer in their pocket. We're saying it's getting times off by 10 minutes. And there's no objections here. Holy fuck. And when did that stop? Exactly 10 minutes later. They walked 414.38 minutes and exactly 10 minutes. Boom. Exactly 10 minutes. Coincidentally, 10 minutes at the time we think it was wrong previously. Oh my God. And then picked back up again at 2:25:22. Is that correct? Well, why is this correct? Wait a second. Are we off by 10 minutes? So isn't this 2:15:22? Oh my God. No. Yes, I added that. Sorry, I shouldn't be. And then when did that end? At 2:32:39. So just that one time is wrong. Oh my God. Now, this last line says a flight's climbed. Can you explain that to the jury? So that's an elevation change. There are things in the phone that will register when you change elevation. Yes. So they need to change this time to have it match this elevation change because they're saying they go down the hill, right? So that's what's going on here, right? Because they can't have it at the right time. Because if 2:18, if it's 10 minutes after it, they would be saying at 2:28 they're going down the hill. But they're trying to say no, right? It's 2:13, so 2:18. Wouldn't that be the right time? Because 2:13 they start the video. It's a minute. They're talking for a couple of minutes there, and 2:18 the elevation change happens, right? Or do they say the one that they don't count? It doesn't count when it's going down or something. I don't even know. And so, did the phone change elevation in this case? Yes. When did it change elevation? 2:31:32. That's the date and time. And how much elevation did it change? What does the report say? Let's start here. There. It says 2 floors. Do you know how much distance 2 floors are? Like 2 floors down? I learned later on what that distance is in my next report at 2:31. Okay, but at the time of this report, you didn't have calculation of what the distance was for 2 floors? Correct. Well, why would what? But at the time of this report, you didn't have a calculation of what the distance was for 2 floors. Why not? This was in 2019. Had 2 years to study this crime scene. No? They know they at that time they knew exactly what they thought happened, right? Or they didn't have their narrative picked yet. Correct. Okay. 2:32:39 p.m. The last movement of the phone. Correct. Correct. Mm-hmm. So they've shifted this by 10 minutes. They've shifted us 10 minutes ahead. So if we're to believe 2:22:39, wait a second. So you said, okay. So ended at 2:32:39. So let's say if they didn't do this 10-minute shift, this would have been 2:22:39. Wouldn't that be more accurate to their timeline? Because that's when the elevation, when they go down the side of the hill and then down again, and then they need this to match when Weber came. That's what it is. So they added 10 minutes to get this to match. Because if this was not shifted by 10 minutes, Weber couldn't have possibly scared this guy. He wouldn't have been there yet, right? This is wild, right? Like, why do they get to add 10 minutes to this fucking iPhone's system of files? Supercomputer. Oh my God. In your report that you did in 2019, was there any other information within the health app data that showed a movement of the phone? Nope. So from this information, what conclusion did you come to? I concluded that the phone stopped moving at 2:32:39 on February 13th. But if you take off that 10 minutes, 2:22 would be the time. One sec. And we're back. Look at this, 400 people listening. It's 6:32. I'm working for another hour. I'm going to keep reading because what's going to happen is my massive following is going to wake up and they're going to all watch this. I know. And they're going to be so happy. They're going to say, oh, I didn't know you were on. I'm going to have something to listen to. I just know it. So he concluded, right? Oh my God, that's his conclusion. After adding 10 minutes to system files. How the fuck? Well, I conclude it stopped at 2:22, right? So what are they saying happened at 2:32 exactly? That they were murdered at this time? Are they saying this is the time they were murdered? So they get to modify the time to say what that's the time they died? Which if it was truly correct, it would be 2:22 they were murdered. And it would be way before Weber even shows up. God, these guys. Had the phone moved after that, would it have registered in the health app data? Yes. How do you know that? Because the Apple Health app data is always on, and the triaxial accelerometer, the gyroscope, is always detecting movement. What if my phone is sitting still? Will it detect movement? No. Goodness. What if my phone is on the console of my car? Will it detect movement? It could. How could it? If the car runs over a bump, no, because it's using these guys are nuts. It doesn't have to bounce. It knows it's changing. But it knows you're in a car because of how fast you're going, right? And if like the accelerometer doesn't need to be bumped, the movement of the car will. These guys are wild. If the car runs over a bump or something, that would cause it to jump or bounce. Oh, goodness. He didn't just say that, did he? This is the experts. Of course it will. Yeah, if it hits a bump, it will cause it to jump and bounce, right? But it's not like if it's sitting still, it doesn't know that it's in a car moving. These guys are nuts. Another silly question. If the phone moves, does health app data record that movement? Yes. Whether the phone's dropped, bounced, walked, whatever the case may be. Yes. Okay. I want to move on to 2019. We've talked about Knowledge C database analysis. We've talked about it with other witnesses. Explain to the jury this section of your report. So Knowledge C is an important database for investigations because it's logging activity that your phone's doing. Hey, what's up, Kelly? Morning. How you doing? Good morning to you. Welcome. Just getting a jump on Cecil's, First Sergeant Chris Cecil's testimony. 98 pages. So we started just an hour and 30 minutes ago. I just did a start because we were at another live stream watching stuff. So I figured I'd get a jump on this for tonight because I'm such a dedicated, hardworking man. So this is a database that's very volatile. So I read this to here. Some of this activity that you are not even aware that it's logging. So this is a database that's very volatile. The information doesn't stay there too long. What? And it's logging activity, like something as simple as when your phone lights up, when it lights, when it dims down, when you unlock it, when it locks. Very, very simple things. 2019, you were aware that Knowledge C database information existed. Yes. When did you become aware in your career that this information was available? Since 2018. However, the science behind it wasn't fully developed at the time. It was just becoming known to law enforcement. Well, wait, the science wasn't developed? it's a science. How are these people? It's there. It's been developed. You just didn't know it was there, right? Or you didn't know how to interpret it. But you would have seen it there. It's not like it's just showed up one day. You would say, holy fuck, there's like 300 megabytes here. We have no idea what it says. Oh my God. The science behind it. Are you saying that before 2019, the extraction community didn't know about knowledge C information? What? Correct. Wait a second. Are you saying that? No, because the other guy says it was there and they just didn't know how to read it or something. Oh my God. Like it just showed up. Extraction community. Who's the extraction community? Is it law enforcement? There's a whole other extraction community of hackers and jailbreakers that would have probably told you about this for free. Correct. The program that you had to make the extraction information in a readable formats, did it have areas within those programs for knowledge C information? Sir, I don't understand your question. Fine. It was a horrible question. Let me re-ask it. Prior to 2019, prior to getting Gray Key, what is the program that you primarily used within the ISP to extract information from phones? It would have been the Celebrite UFED, or Universal Forensic Extraction Device. And that device and that program, did it grab knowledge C information from the device you were extracting? No. You sure? I thought your guy said it did and he just didn't know it was there or how to read it. The other one. Is Gray Key the first equipment program that you had that would grab that knowledge C information? Yes. Well, that you had. Sure. Maybe it's one that you had, but. And it would turn that knowledge C information into readable information? Yes. Objection leading. I'll rephrase the question, Judge. Rephrase it. What would Gray Key do with that knowledge C information once it was extracted from the phone? Gray Key's pulling it out, and then you're using software to process it, to put it in human readable form. Now, back to your report. In this section of your report, you have a list of various things here. Can you explain what this list of things are to the jury? From my research at the time, there are just some of the things that knowledge C logged or could detect. And then, what is the next part of your report that we get into? This is a timeline that I developed utilizing knowledge C and some other activity on Libby's phone at the time. And when do you start your timeline? Start my timeline at 1:38:49 p.m. on February 13th. Why? What is this? Because this is, you guys only want to know when they get in the car to go there. Right as soon as they get out of the house or something. Why do you pick this? Oh, I should read. And what is this timeline? Give the jury an idea of what information is in this timeline. So we're talking about phone calls when the phone was plugged in and charging. So we're getting battery power. But you're able to go further than that, correct? Yes. What other things are you able to see and that you put in this timeline? I could see that she's or someone is utilizing different applications like Snapchat, and then they've created a snap, created a picture. So you're able to get phone calls that are coming into the phone during this time period. Correct. You're able to get whether or not the phone is plugged in and charging. Yes. You're able to get whether or not the user is viewing posts on various applications. Yes. You also have a battery life. Is that correct? Yes. And this timeline progresses through the day. Is that correct? Yes. I want to focus your attention on February 13th at 1:41:44. What is the phone doing at that time? Well, with your timelines, aren't we adding 10 minutes to everything, or just at one time? Like, these guys are wild. There's a picture, a snap that's posted to Snapchat. And does that entry mean that this phone posted a picture to Snapchat? Yes. Were you able to find that picture on the phone? Yes. So the one before they were able to find, right? That's in the car. The one after, they're not. This is wild. I know all this. It's just baffling to me every time I hear it. Where were you able to find it? I found it within the Snapchat application. I want to move on. I want to move on to February 13th at 1:43:59 p.m. Can you tell me what's going on with that phone at that point? That's another snap or another picture from Snapchat. And can you describe that picture that you were able to see that was posted on Snapchat? Like, why are they even allowed to use this picture, right? This is the whole thing. Like, they don't find it. They don't have it. He finds it on Google or the internet. It's a picture depicting an up-close view of Libby wearing a tie-dyed, oh, this is the one in this car, sorry. Tie-dyed t-shirt with a silk screen print of surfers on the front. She's got a grin on her face. Abby was in the background over Libby's shoulder, wearing a burgundy shirt, gray hooded jacket, and it appeared to be taken inside an automobile. So wait, are they saying there's another one? So the one before, what was the one before? So there's the one in the car, right? They were saying one happened before. Tell me what's going on with the phone. That's another Snapchat at 1:43. So they start looking at 1:43. Going with the phone. That's another snap. You describe, it was see. So the one in the car, right? But what was here? I want you to focus. Why? There's a picture, a snap that's posted. So is that what they're talking about? Phone posted a picture of Snapchat? Yes. So you were able to find that picture? Yes. So at 1:41. So what was before the one in the car? I want to move on. So this one is 1:43. Can you tell me what's going on with that phone at this point? You describe that was posted on Snapchat, depicting it up close. So that's the one in the car, 1:43. So what was the one they found before? I want to focus. So they found there's a picture, a snap. Probably don't even know. I should know this, but oh well. So the second one is at 1:43. It's a picture depicting an up close. So yeah, I've read this automobile. So that's the one in the car wearing a seatbelt, and it appeared to be looking directly at the camera. And she had what appeared to be a blank expression on her face. Now, how precise are these times that you have on this timeline? Precise. Where did you get those times? There are times that are going to be logged in the knowledge sea. So it's coming right from the phone? Yes. I want to draw your attention to February 13th at 2017, 2:05:10 p.m. Can you tell me what happened with the phone at that time? This is another snap or another picture. Oh, so they're saying at 2:07, right? What was the other snap? And were you able to find that picture on the phone? Oh, yes. What? He was able to find it on the phone? No. Thought they weren't able to find this one on the phone. That's the one where she's on the bridge, right? It depicted the Monon High Trail Bridge, likely prior to somebody walking across it. Oh, wait a second. So they had other phone pictures? Depicted the Monon High Trail Bridge, likely prior to somebody walking across it? Just like Riley Voorhees took. Oh, right there was an empty one, right? Empty bridge photo. I should be looking at these photos because, yeah, there was an empty bridge photo too. So the Snapchat, so this one here, but this is the one he found on the internet, so I'm not even going to open that. Image of the Manila, wait, what? Oh, I'm not going to fall for this. Damn it. I'm not falling for it. I'm just going to keep reading. this guy. I want to draw your attention to 2/13 of 2017 at 2:07:20 p.m. What happened on the phone at that point? That was the last time the phone was unlocked. And what happened at 2:13:51 p.m. on that day? A video was recorded. And what does the video? Have you had an opportunity to watch the video? I have watched the video. And what does the video depict? It depicts Abby walking across a bridge and a person walking behind her across the bridge. And how long is the video? 43 seconds. And is there anything that happens after the video stops? What is the next entry after the video stops? Someone tried to biometric unlock the phone. When does the video stop? At 2:14:34. And when does someone try to unlock the phone? 2:14:41. And were they successful in unlocking the phone? No. I want to move down to 2:32:39. What happens then? That's the last recorded movement of the phone. But they've adjusted to this time, remember? So this time, I think, is supposed to be... Oh my God. And is that information gathered from the health app data? Yes. Does the phone move after that? No. Now, you have in your report at 10:32:26 p.m. was the last recorded data received from the iPhone. Is that correct? Yes. And you have in here, the phone's battery was likely depleted. Is that correct? Yes. Knowing what you know now, is that information correct? No. We're going to come back to that in your next report. Want to move on in this report. Want to move on to this report, and we're almost to the end here. Want to talk about the mobile analysis worksheet. The device description, self-explanatory, talks about the condition of the device when you got it. Is that correct? Yes. And then this page 13 of the report, what is that describing? It shows the different hardware and software that was used to complete the analysis back in 2019. One sec. Well, once you did this analysis, what did you do next? I provided the reports to the investigators. And again, that was in 2019. Is that correct? Yes. As time progresses, do your capabilities with extractions, do they change? Extractions? Right. See, he's trying to let them know, hey, we were trying to tell people that we couldn't have had this information then, that, because even though the very first extraction they could have done more with later on, they're trying to act like later on they can get more in an extraction. But I don't believe them here. So he's trying to correct him, Nick. Let me back up. That was a bad question. As time progresses, our programs or service providers, are they continuing to update their equipment and programs? Yes. Why do they do that? So software developers update their programs because it's competition. It's about money. And also what drives this is feedback and support from the digital forensic community. And as time goes on, do new programs, new hardware come out that allow you to extract more data from an electronic device? Yes. Between 2019 and 2024, do you continue to get updates on how those programs change? Well, what does that matter? Yes. So what programs in 2019 are you using to extract data to make this a report? Celebrite and Magnet. And between 2019 and 2024, did you get updates to those programs? Answer that first. Did you get? Yeah, of course you did. What? still doesn't mean that they got more from the phone. I don't believe it. I believe they still had the exact same from the phone, but if anything, they could do more with it. So this is weird. And what do those updates do? Because they weren't updating Libby's iPhone, right? It was still on iOS 10.2.1. So, and what do those updates do? What's the point of those updates? These are software updates that would allow decoding of more data from different devices, with whether it's a cell phone or a computer, because applications are changing. So you may have an application like Facebook that where one day it's written in one code, but then the next time Facebook updates the app, it may be written differently. So software developers have to constantly stay up on how programs or how applications are changed, so they can be able to parse this information and get it to whoever's using their software. Do these updates allow you to extract more or less data from an electronic device? It allows you to decode more. Yes. See, he's not lying here, because he's giving it away here. Because he's able to decode more, but the extract him, it's going to be the exact same from day one, because they're going to get everything on this phone. So they don't need to get it back to get everything, because they've already got, they could now use that, even the first one. It's going to be all there. Just now they can read it better or get it easier, or get more of it. But to just completely get all of it off the phone, oh my God. It allows you to decode more information from an electronic device, or from its everything you've got. Oh, guys. And so did that occur in this instance, that by 2024, through an updated program software that would allow you to decode more information? Yes. What? But you wouldn't, in 2024, you can, with that original backup you made in 2017, it's all still there, in my opinion. Just now you can read more of it. And so what did you do? So I updated Magnet and Celebrate, and then I reproduced the original extraction that I did in 2019 with the newly updated software. Wow. So I reprocess. Yeah, he's reprocessing the original extraction. Why? Because I wanted to see what new information potentially I could decode I didn't know about. And I knew from experience. So wait, he reprocessed the original. Right, the original extraction. Well, that's 2019. So, oh my God, this is convoluted. I didn't know about. And again, I knew from experience that the digital forensic community drives the software developers. And I wanted to be able to see if there's something else that I overlooked. Right. You did, because it was there. You just didn't know. And did you perform a new extraction on Libby's iPhone? No. What did you do? I just reprocessed the original extraction. Which one's the original one from day one? Oh boy. Or did they throw this in there to, like, the original one? Is he saying that 2019 is the original one, or is the original one? Because wasn't it in August or so of 2017 or 2018 that this was? So the original raw data that you had from the extraction, you just reprocessed that information. Yes. Which one was it though? Wasn't it earlier than this 2019? Did you, in 2024, or sometime between 2019 and 2024, did you compare that raw data to other raw data that had been extracted from the phone? I did. Sorry, you have to rephrase that question. The raw data that you had in 2024, that you reprocessed, you were aware that Lieutenant Bunner had also extracted data from the phone. I was aware. And did you have access to that data? I had access. And did you compare the data that he extracted in 2017 to the data that you extracted in No. What? You should have, to see how much, because obviously you're saying that you got way more at this time from the newer ones, because you're able, they're trying to say that they're now capable of getting more info from the phone. But I just know he doesn't do this because it's going to show him that they still have the exact same. Maybe he's able to do more with it here, right? Because if you can compare it, because this bullshit story would not make sense if he compared these two, because nothing will change. Because they have the whole, he's just, oh my God. Did you compare it to the data that you extracted in 2000 or that you used in 2024? Yes. And tell me about that. What did you find? So I took only his first extraction from 2017, the first one that he did. So you did do it. The method 1 extraction? Oh my God. Correct. Okay. And what did you do with that method 1 extractions? So where are these extractions? Are they saying like one is going to be a lot bigger than the other because they got more out of this phone? Because I just don't believe that. I bet you they're exact same size. Like if they're saying their method 1 didn't get as much information from the phone, say it's like, 10 gigabytes, the one. So the next one is, wow, our capabilities are better. Now we've got 12 gigabytes of information, from these system files or whatever. I just don't believe these guys. I reviewed through it to help to write my second report. And can you expand on that a little bit? What did you do to help you write your second report? I reviewed through the timeline that had been developed from the Celebrite extraction to help me write my report, because I knew that at some point during Lieutenant Bunner's examination later, in the weeks later, he had connected it to the cell phone network. What? So I knew there was more data had been added to the phone that was originally on there in 2015. February 15th. How are you getting 2015? Or is this a mistake? And this data that you comprised in your second report, was it different from the data Bunner gathered in 2017? Did they misspeak here? So I knew there was more data added to the phone that was there in 2015. On February 15th. Must have meant 2017. And this data that you comprised in your second report, was it different than the data that Lieutenant Bunner gathered in 2017? I'm sorry, you have to repeat that again. Sure, the data that you collected to form your second report, was it different than the data that was collected by Lieutenant Bunner in 2017? No. What? Then why the need for the new report? I got more system information that Lieutenant Bunner didn't have. So was it different than the data that was collected? No. So how did you got more from, so you said it wasn't different though. And I got more system information that, yeah, you got more information, right, from this one that's the same. So you didn't, these guys are so full of shit, because here it's obvious that they're just, if his capabilities are getting better, he's able to do the same thing with they're extracting the same thing, in my opinion. He says it right here. Was it different than the data that was collected by Bunner in 2017? No. Meaning he said when he did it, he was able to get more. Because he got, but if it wasn't different, it's just that he can now read more from the same extraction that wasn't different. So he said he'd be able to extract more, meaning it would be yes if that was the case. Was it different than the data? Because he couldn't extract it then. He could, and when he did it, he was able to extract it. So it should be yes here. For him to say no means that he's full of shit. That when he does it, it's like I got the same extraction, but now at this time I'm able to get more system information from that same extraction. So he's lying. He said it right here. So it doesn't jive with what he said earlier. This doesn't jive. Because this answer should be yes. He said he was going to be able to get more than what this guy got from the phone. But no, he's just gathering more information from the same thing he got from him. And he got it then. He got his later. It's not different, so that means they're the same. But he said his would be different because the information would be able to celebrate has been updated to allow him to get more than he got then. No, you're learning more from what you both got at different times, and he got the same shit you did, just that now you have the ability to decipher it and interpret it, and he didn't. But you got the same thing, so that if, for your other earlier statement to be true, this would have to be yes. But no, it's not, because I knew it. That is the need for the new report. So I got more system information that Lieutenant Bunner didn't have. So then, was it different? So then it was different. If you got more than he got off of the phone, then yes, it was different. But if it said no, it wasn't different. So I got more system information that the lieutenant didn't have. That is the need for, yes. So the information is not different. You just got more of it. What? Then it's, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. How can they say this? So the information is not different. You just got more of it. That's different. I'd say that so it's not, so the information is not different. You just so you just got more from the same information that they had. These guys are so full of shit, man. They're spinning it here for sure. So the information is not different. You just got more of it. So if you got more from the extraction, if your extraction was bigger and more, then it was different. But so if the information is not different, then you got the same extraction they had before, and you can interpret more from it. These guys are fucking around. Okay, let me back up. If that's true, were you able to compare the information that Lieutenant Bunner gathered to the information that you gathered? Yes. Was there any difference between the two? No, of course not. So they're contradicting themselves again. Basically, they're saying that he got the same information. You could have done it with his backups. So you lied earlier to say that these programs would allow you to extract more from the phone when it wouldn't. You're saying here that you got the exact same thing he got, but you're probably able to do more with it. So they're lying in this testimony here. Because at the beginning, he says when he gets the new gray key, he's able to get more off of the phone. But really he's saying here is that I'm getting the same thing this guy got back then, but now I can interpret it or decipher it now. So in his own testimony, they better call him out on that, because he's literally contradicting himself by saying the gray key was to get more off of that phone. No, he's saying no, because he wasn't able to get more from the phone. He was able to decipher more from what? The exact same thing he got that the other guy got, and didn't have the ability to decipher it all. Were they mathematically equal? You'll have to rephrase all this. Oh my God. Let me just strike that question. Let me back up. So were they the same size, right? So even though Lieutenant Bunner, you noted that Lieutenant Bunner connected the phone to the network. Yes. When he did that, did it change the data in the phone? It added more information to it. Right. Like a tiny bit. Did it, every time you touched it, it was going to add a tiny bit. Did it change the data that he had previously collected? No, because he took it off the phone before that. What are these guys doing? First Sergeant Cecil, I want to now go through your second report. Talk about that information that you gathered in your second report. First, I want to start off with when did you begin the analysis this a second time around? May 10th of 2024? And when did you end it? August 18th of what? You had May to August? Holy fuck. So you took nearly 3 months, or just over 3 months, to go through the information before you created this report. Yes. And what kind of things are you using to analyze the information that you extracted or that you gathered? Sorry. So I'm using, these are forensic software like Celebrate and Magnet. I'm also utilizing some other open source digital forensic tools that's recognized in the digital forensic community. And then I did research. I had to go through and look at various different white papers, do research, what Apple would say regarding certain things that they've been able to confidently or comfortably provide it to the public about their device. So a lot of it was research, looking at what other researchers had done, what they had tested, because a lot of these things I can't go back and test. So I'm relying on other people's information to kind of complete this examination. What? Don't you have all this fucking high-tech software to interpret all these things? Spit it out. All you need is that original backup, that original extraction, which was exactly the same as the extraction Bunner got. Says he couldn't do as much as you could with it because your updated software. When you lied in the beginning and said you'd be able to extract more than what Bunner said, right? He says now that it was updated that he would get it more than he would be able to extract more from the said phone. He says it in the beginning. That's what the great key thing was. But no, I was questioning at the time, and he even says it here, that no, he wasn't able to extract more like he said earlier he could. He was able to do more with the same extraction as that Bunner got. So in the beginning, he lied. Or he misled them in the beginning, because, this is wild. One sec. Ooh. 2-13-13. 13 people. Oh my goodness. What's up, guys? Hey, Nature, did you pop in? I'm sorry. Nicole's here still. Hey, Nicole. Unindicted proprietary Apple data. Yes. Oh, my goodness. I just ordered new bedroom furniture. Nice. Oof. Should I have read that out? He wouldn't be listening, would he? Oh my gosh. Take that back. I won't say who said that. Moving on. So that was an extremely mentally exhausting night. I'm so glad to be off work. Great. I'm so glad you are too. There you go. You going to sleep? Let me lull you to sleep. You know, you got a Bluetooth speaker. Take me into the bath with you and have a nice bath, light a candle, put those fresh PJs on, and I'll tuck you in. I'm just kidding. Good morning. Glad you made it through your shift. Me too. I'm hard at work here. I'm slouched in my recliner, watching my cameras, looking at a bunch of shit I'm supposed to be doing, and reading to you a lovely, lovely, fine people. Work was super hard on the mind and body. I'm going shopping. Ooh, there you go. Oh, Shibby. I will let you know when I do. Please do. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. He's asleep? Okay, so we can talk about the stuff you just bought him? All right. What if he listens to the replay? Hopefully it gets delivered fast. I'm just kidding. Want me to delete this? I'm only kidding. Wow. You know what? You don't have to tell me. Keep that to yourself as a secret. Just knowing that it's a possibility is more than enough for me. To think that I'm falling with you as you guys sleep is wonderful for me. Oh my goodness. This is awesome. Boy, where was I now? I'm totally lost what I was reading. Where the fuck was I? And did you find it? So, did you find information in addition to your first report? Yes. So you did. So did you? Because you just said you didn't. Right. Like you're able to interpret more. So yeah. Did you find additional information, but from the same reports, the same things? So earlier he's lying. He's saying he will be able to extract more from this phone. But then he says, no, it was the same as Bunner extracted in 2017. Therefore, meaning that updated gray key or whatever would allow him to get more information from the same thing Bunner had. Which makes sense to me. There's no way they couldn't have got it all. And so let's focus first on page 4 of your second report. Do you have, oh, I'm sorry. Sorry. Oh, it was him reading that too. So now he's talking to the judge, I guess. Sorry. I got ahead of myself. Judge, I'm gonna show you what's been marked as State's Exhibit 227. Can you identify that? Yes. And is this the second report that we've been referring to? Yes. And is your name on that report? Yes, it is. So is this one also going to be the same size? Because not the report, but the extractions are what I'm interested in. And when did you complete the report? August 18th of 2024. Judge, the state would move to admit what's been marked as State's Exhibit 227 into evidence. What time is it? Ooh. It's only 7:15. No objection from the defense. Without objection, 227 is admitted. And Judge, I'd ask for permission to publish that to the jury again. You may. Or in addition. First, Sergeant Cecil, I want to draw your attention first to page 4. And I want to go through this report in the same fashion as we did the last one, and hopefully it'll be a little quicker. But you start with introduction, and then you identify some mistakes and misprints you made. Yes. Tell me about those. So the first mistake identified was I mistakenly said that Libby's phone in 2019 had been unlocked by Celebrate. And that's incorrect. We had, well, I should say, yeah, that's what I was saying when I was looking at, okay, say law enforcement had her passcode, so that was incorrect. And so the statement you corrected, the phone was opened with the passcode, not using Celebrate. Ooh, I just had a thought. Maybe he was telling the truth and they didn't have Libby's, so maybe they got the bridge guy data from the cloud and they didn't know how to get into either her iPhone or iPad. But this is weird. And they were just had all her account stuff. So he first said that the phone was opened with the passcode. And so the statement you corrected. So at first he said we had, the first mistake identified was I mistakenly said Libby's phone in 2019 had been unlocked by Celebrate. And that was incorrect. We had, well, I should say law enforcement had her passcode. So that's incorrect. Obviously. There's no way they didn't have her passcode. Were they using her finger after she's passed? No way. Correct. What was the next correction? The next correction is regarding the Apple Health data where I made the typo. Oh, it was a typo he made. It wasn't in the data. So let's see. That better show. Oh my God. So it was a typo he did. It should have been 208. Are they going back to 208? Because I thought they wanted to go to 218 or something. The end date. And then it wasn't a typo. You guys said that the system was wrong. What the fuck? So remember, page 34, I'm going to keep this light. Line 5. It wasn't a typo to get the 218 one. You added 10 minutes. That wasn't a typo. You literally said it. That it was off by 10 minutes. Not that you had mistake. If it was a mistake, you wouldn't have known it was off by 10 minutes. It would have been just a mistake. What the fuck are these guys doing? So wait, the next correction regarding the Apple Health data where I made, so now they want to go back to 2808, right? Because they wanted to add 10 minutes, which I thought was weird, no? So, and it should have been the 208. So he makes a typo and it should have been 208. But meanwhile, they said when that time was, they had to change it because the file was wrong. So they said it was wrong, not that it was a mistake. But like if it was a mistake, he wouldn't know that even happened until he found it. Right, where was it? Come on, I feel it. No, it was before this. 205. Where are you? So I was on, maybe I gone back too far. 138. Maybe I went back. Oh, this is gonna kill me now. Maybe I went too far. Let's see. Because I know it was saying 208 and 218. Oh yeah, it's before this. Yeah, it was right on here. 232, 230. No, it's before. 220. Here it is. So, okay. So first, they're saying it stopped at 208. When? At 208. So how far did that phone move? When did it? So they changed it. They added 10 minutes. It wasn't a mistake that I need to correct. So at that time, they corrected it. So he didn't. They corrected. They said the files were wrong. So so tell the jury. Oh, these guys are wild. So you're looking at February. Yeah, tell the jury how it happened. So the first line, actually, there is an error, a mistake that I need to correct. So if you look at the end date and time, 1418, it should actually be 208. So if you look at the end date, so was the error in you? So this area here, yes. And why is that messed up? Oh, so he did say it was a typo. I thought he meant a typo in the system files. So, and you'll see a continuation of where to start. It starts back up. So this should be 1408. Like how? No, it's not right. Something. So he said typo. But I mean, isn't this thing giving him a report? Is he typing this out manually? What the fuck is he trying to say? He's sitting there typing this stuff out. Oh my God, this guy's awesome. So who did this typo? The Celebrate system did a typo? Are you guys kidding me? So who did the typo? So the first line, actually, there's an error, a mistake that I need to correct. So if you look at the end type, because at the time I didn't think it was something that he typed wrong, because he's not typing this shit out. He's getting a report. So it's a typo. But then he's trying to pretend that the typo was him now, when the typo is, he's not typing this stuff up. He's getting a report from this complicated, heavy-duty, gray key, Celebrate printout. Nobody's typing this out. I think he's fucking typed this whole thing out, and he made one little mistake by typing. Oh my goodness. But he's typed everything out perfectly, except this one number. No, they're typing shit out. When he says it's a typo, I thought at the time that he meant that the system files wrote the wrong one, like in the files that he extracted, because he's not typing this stuff out by hand. So how could he make that typo? He couldn't. The phone got it wrong. That's exactly what I thought at the time too, because it would make no sense that he's not. Now he's trying to pretend like he's typing this shit out, and he got it. And he's the one who did it on page 30. So remember that. That's page. So we'd have to, when we go back, because I'm probably gonna stop here. this will be plenty to contemplate for me. Oh my goodness. That's actually a good spot. So I can think about this for 2 hours before I fall asleep. How ridiculous this is. It's a typo. I specifically remember reading this at the time, and I didn't think anything about it being him, a typo he made manually, because he's not typing this shit out. If he were typing these out, he'd be typing this whole goddamn report out. And you think he's only going to screw up one little tiny number? No. They implied here, the way I took it was that the iPhone in the system files from the extraction had a typo, had it wrong, right? And you'll see a continuation where the start, right? Like why else would it? Because he's not typing this stuff out. He's getting a printout of this. He's getting a printout from what? Which one was it? Which system's doing it? It's like one of those ones. So that's why they're doing all this gobbledygook in here, to distract from that. And then they spaced those two apart, that the phone made a typo, and then it's actually him making a typo. They're trying to make it look like he's the one who... But this is bullshit. This whole thing is bullshit. Which program were they using? Come on, where is it? That's what they're doing here, in my opinion. So, my goodness. From your extraction. Which one was it? Oh boy. Man. Which one was it? Must be that gray key thing. You said something about gray key, and so here, describing what type of extraction. I actually did the information, phone information. Nope. Oh my goodness. Did I miss it? So I must have missed it. Produces what report? Sorry, what is it produces? Oh boy. Yeah, here. So what is produced after you talked about that and plug it into the various programs? Celebrate, Magnet. This was my written report. What? You're writing all these numbers out? What the fuck? As if. As if. So you wrote all these other numbers around. Perfect. And you got just that one number right. Incorrect. This is my written report. Oh my goodness. Why are you typing out all that? So that was that bullshit with his report, right? So they're saying he's got to type out all this manually. He's typing this all out. So in this report, it should say the wrong number, right? Like he's filling all these in. Come on. So where is that one that was 2-8? The one he fucks up. You say he's manually entering all this? Come on. Redacted. So he's manually typing all this stuff in, eh? 213. Oh, that's such bullshit. Man. I'm glad I'm going to stop here. This needs to be... I'll figure it out by the time I start reading again tonight. This is wild. So this guy's filling all these in. What is this? This isn't the report. He's actually typing each of these numbers in. Come on. I recovered the apple. He's filling this all in. Where's this mistake then? 218, 208, 218. So what was the mistake here? Start, end. Start 208, So something started at 2 to 208, ended at 208. Then this steps were 220. I thought it was. So did they add all these up to get that 1,000 number, which I thought was weird. So they're adding 50, 16, 46. No, it's not going to be 1,000 unless they add more. Oh my God, these guys are wild. Whew. So he enters all this in and only gets this. So the 208 to 218, he really meant what? That it was, actually it wasn't 218, it was 208. So basically these are the next ones. So if he's getting one wrong, he's getting a bunch of stuff wrong, right? It looks like this here to here, right? 1101. So what? 135.18. So they're not all. This one is to here. This one is. This one is. This one is. This one isn't. This one is almost. Oh my goodness. I have to look over all this. This is crazy. Where was I? I'm 34. Man. So he's typing us all in by hand, eh? As if. As if. This is printed out for him. Like he's going to get all these numbers and then have to type them in by hand. What a nut job. As if. Does anybody believe that? The fuck? If he's typing this shit out by hand, he's going to have fucking 1,000 mistakes. Not just one that's perfectly helps them prove their case. Or then change it back to how they let them change their story again or something. Oh my God. This is amazing. Whew. All right. So let me just take note. If I was on page 34 here, about anybody have anything else they'd like to add? This was a bit of an impromptu. At least I got, look at this. I got 34 pages done. So tonight I'll be able to finish properly, because if I started and I had 100 pages to read, I probably would have, you know, let's just say there might be one or two distractions tonight, right? And we know there won't be, but look at, just in case there is, boom, I got a 34-page head start. So then I can allow a few shenanigans to entertain the masses, which is you fine people. So I'm doing the responsible Shibby thing, and I'm going to write down exactly where I read to. Any last, what is that, parting words for anyone? Say your goodbyes to each other. I'm going to be shutting this down within minutes. No. Yes. So, let me write this down. I have page 34. All right. Anything else you guys want to say before we leave? What you're doing today? What you did this morning? What you plan to do? What you're eating for breakfast? What time you're having your bath? Tell me all about it. Oh boy. Take a picture and send it to me. I'm only kidding. Page of 98. Page 34 of 98. And this is Mr. Google Cecil. Google Cecil. Goo Cecil. The guy who types in a fucking bazillion numbers and only gets one wrong. This is wild. Wild. So I'm going to even write that too. If I forget. He typed his report, my ass. And he typed his report, my ass. I'm going to put 208, whatever it was, 30 up, whatever the number was, 208. What was it? What's right in front of me? 208.48 and yeah. So he screws up. He screws up, and it was supposed to be 218, but then later on he wants to go back, so that somebody screws up, which I thought he meant that the iPhone screwed up and said 218.48 when it said 218, it was supposed to mean 218. When it said 208, it was supposed to be 218, but now he's throwing it in that he typed this up, because at the time I wasn't thinking that. Because he did say typo, but I just assumed automatically that it was the iPhone would have had to do that typo, because this guy is not typing out all these numbers. Turns out he is. Like, so this thing spits out a massive report, and he's just got to rewrite it. Oh my God. Unbelievable. So, to be continued for sure. Oh my goodness. All right, guys. Yes, exactly. Callie agrees. She agrees. There's no such thing as unindicted. Oh, she agrees with unindicted, and I agree too. There's no such thing as too much cheese and crackers. Crackers. All right, guys. Yes. Enjoy. Oh, yeah. I still have some more. I'm going to finish up my food that I wouldn't usually eat. I got like a box of turtles and those Ferrero Rocher. Oh my God, I'm going to get rid of them. I swear to you, I'm back to like January 1st, literally. If I have anything left, I'm going to throw it out. Hopefully I can finish it by then. All right. So, you guys, yes. Where was that other one? Okay, yes. Nature, you will update me on how, when you'll be taking your bath. Thank you very much. Thank you. Just kidding. Nicole is shopping. How is the shopping going, Nicole? Did you get the furniture? Is it there yet? Did they deliver the furniture yet? No. Cut out and paste. Cut and paste, maybe. Typed no how. Yeah, exactly. Great point. Yeah, like he's going through all those numbers and retyping them. Right. He would probably go, okay, like this, yeah, he's not typing that out. That's why when I saw the word typo, like if he made the typo at that time, they tried to slip it in that it was a typo. Because I remember at the time when I first read it, I was like, what? Are you saying the iPhone got it wrong? The iPhone system files wrote it wrong? This supercomputer, in our pockets, even in 2017, I got an iPhone, they're still pretty capable. These things aren't getting one number wrong, like typing it wrong when it's supposed to be something else, It's just such bullshit. They're not even typing it. It's there these guys are amazing. And they almost slipped that by. But turns out it's him doing a typo. Like he's literally typing this shit. Oh my goodness. So, yeah. So the first one, here's another thing I think they do. They throw this ridiculous one in saying that he made the typo, right? And then they distract you with this ridiculous one that, they already had the passcode. But we know they had the passcode because they've mentioned it a bazillion times. So obviously, and then they try to distract you like, let's focus on this mistake and not this bullshit one I'm trying to fool you with. So the first mistake was I mistakenly said, or maybe where's the typo one? Oh my goodness. Mistakes and misprints you made, but you start with introduction. And then you identify some mistakes and the misprints you made. Yes. So the first mistake so this is the mistake, right? And then the other one's the misprint. So he just mistakenly wrote this down that Celebrate unlocked it. This guy's, it's not like, was he crunched? Didn't he have months and months and months? And oh my God, mistake. Was it a Freudian slip? And so the statement you corrected, the phone was opened with the passcode, right? Right. What was the next correction? The next correction is regarding the Apple. I made the typo, and it should have been 208. But he was saying, oh boy. Like, I got to go over this again because 218 was what they were basing it off of, right? But then when did they want to do this? Was it after they got their story when Brad Weber came home at this new time or something? Oh my God. This is too much. So they changed. So Liggett changed the timestamp on Logan's dump of video in his PCA or whatever, with the FBI or whatever it was. I forget exactly, but I know he did. He's saying, oh, it was like 18 minutes off or 27 minutes off. That you see him on camera at this time, but oh, just trust me, it really means this time. And then what was the next one? The Betsy Blair. Yeah, Betsy Blair. You know, the Hoosier Harvester was off by 54 minutes. So does that mean everyone's video was off 54 minutes that day? So Kelsey's, it's supposed to be 149, but really it would be like 2 something or 2 or 3. Oh my God. So they were dead before Kelsey dropped them off in that scenario. Holy fuck. 149, 54 minutes later is, holy fuck. That's 149 plus 54. So it's 249 minus 6, so 243. So at 243, they were already dead. But that 54-minute timestamp wasn't wrong. Kelsey would have been dropping them off at that time. They're saying they're already dead. So yeah. Whew. So then everyone else's has to be pushed back. So then Betsy Blair wasn't there at 209. It was 1:15 or whatever it was. And right, oh my God. I don't even know what the fuck these guys are doing. This is crazy. All right, guys, let's do this. Hey, Rebby. Good morning. Sorry, I didn't see you come in. Good morning, Rebby. Look at, it's 2:43. Perfect time for me to end this, okay? I got to shut this down. It's 2:43. Something I just figured out. I said 2:43 for some reason. I forget why. I'm ending this now. All right. And media, I'm going to turn off the, oh my goodness, where are you? Where are you? I got to shut this down. I don't want this outro here. I'm going to remove it. Okay? I'm going to shut this down. Okay? Bye. Bye, guys. Shut it down fast.